Good evening, YouTube. This is Kayleen Stern coming at you with my August prepping stock up. No, I'm not going to edit that out because I don't do that. I'm going to start with my non-food items. So I will put these bags down. I have a bucket down there, and I'll put a bag on it, and then put the items up on my little table, and we'll see what I got. Inside of here are some fishing bells that I ordered off of eBay. There is 2 of each. There's 5 different styles of fishing bells. And you put them on your rod. That way you can audibly notice when your hook is getting some action. So I will open these up in a bit, but I'm going to show you everything else that I have in this bag. I was at Walgreens. I chose that place to go get some of the supplements and other things I wanted because I wanted to build back up my balance reward. So I grabbed this bottle of hand soap. And when this is empty, I will go to one of my bigger bottles to refill it. So I just wanted an extra bottle that I could refill. And they had a deal on these Arm & Hammer deodorants, like a buy one get one half off. And then the supplements, I'm only going to show one bottle of each because, except for a couple of them, because I've already gotten into some of them. So the Eye Health was a buy one get one free. So I got 240 tablets for the price of 120. And it was the same with the iron was buy one get one half off. I've already gotten into the other bottles because I needed to fill up my pillboxes for the month. And the same with this Nature's Made turmeric. I got buy one get one free on that. Same with this B12. This was a buy one get one free. And then I got bigger bottles of the Walgreens acetaminophen, which is a generic of Tylenol. And this one was a buy one get one free as well. And then the ginseng, again, that was a buy one get one free on that brand. And the last supplement is the Women's 50 Plus Multi. Buy one get one free. And they only had 2 of these. Some of these they only had 2 left in stock of these items. And then on their clearance shelf, they had these number 4 cone coffee filters. My coffee maker does not use the cone, but I wanted to get these anyway because you can do all kinds of things with these cone coffee filters. You can use them for pour over coffee. You could pre-filter water before you boil it, or use water purification tablets, or bleach or something to purify it, to take care of the nasties, or run it through another filter like an Alexa Pure or Sawyer Mini or any of those. Or you can use them to do what I did a few years ago. I took number 2 cones and made moisture absorbers, putting a little bit of rice in each one and then stapling them shut. But all kinds of uses for coffee filters. And then this pack of personal wipes. These are also on sale. I think this is a clearance item as well. And then the last thing out of this bag was the Charmin 9-roll Mega Roll. This is the one that I usually buy. The Super Mega, or now they call it the Family Mega, is usually the ones that I would buy for long-term storage. But I could not get any of this, the 9-pack or the 6-pack in this Mega. I could not find it at the stores that I was going to, so I got one of those Family or Super Mega. It says it's supposed to be one of those equals 6 regular rolls. Of course, you don't see regular rolls with toilet paper anymore. You see double or more. But they take up a little bit less space than this as far as going this way, but they're fatter because they put more on each roll. But yeah, this is usually what I get, but I have a good supply of TP in stock. I'm going to pause this. I'm going to put everything back into this bag here, and then I will bring up a bag with some other unique finds. I have the other bag up. Now the first thing I'm going to pull out is a purchased item. And believe it or not, this was on the Olight website. They had a few items other than lights and accessories for lights. They also have some of the O-Knife items on the site, in addition to the O-Knife site. But this is a flex tail tiny shower. It has a hose that goes into the water source, and then this is a rechargeable pump that you use to pump the water through the shower head. And this, like that camp shower bag that I have, you can use it for more than just taking a shower off grid, so to speak. You can use it as a washing station. You can use it to wash things down or to rinse things down. I don't know how you'll be able to read that, but I have not opened this yet. But this is actually on sale when I got it. So I have seen other reviewers try out some other flex tail items, and apparently that is a good brand. So this is my first flex tail item. Now the rest of these things are items that were actually left in the laundry room of my apartment building. And the first thing I pull out is something that I have wanted to get, but I have never seen one in this style. This is a flour sifter, or you can sift other things through it. It did need a bit of a cleanup, but this is a different style than what I have seen my parents and grandparents had. But you squeeze this, and I'll do it upside down so you can see how this works. This is aluminum. I do not see measurements on the inside, but you pre-measure what you're going to sift. But that is something great for off-grid use. And then the next set of things I'm going to pull out is something that would most likely go in a toaster oven, because this is a toaster oven pan, and this little grill grate was in there with it. It may not be the correct size, but again, because this is a grill grate, you could probably put it over a campfire. You put it on a couple of rocks or big logs and cook over that. And this is the handle that you'd use to take it in and out of a toaster oven, I believe. But I'm guessing the toaster oven itself crapped out, and they just didn't want to bother with that. And then someone left. Some of these were just in a big box with some other things that I was not interested in. But this is one of those document trays that you can put on a desk. But because it has a mesh, I could use it as an herb dryer, just an air herb dryer, instead of putting herbs in my dehydrator. I could just lay them out on this and let them dry. And the one last thing I'm going to pull out, which I have already tested. This is a Pencrest electric percolator. It does not have the glass top like you would expect from when you would put on a stove. This is a painted wood handle. And obviously this has been used. And I ran a full pot of water through it to kind of clean it out. It does have the cord inside. And I actually have put some of the filtered discs on eBay Watch and Amazon wish list. This is the stem. Again, I also ran a thin bottle brush through the stem after I ran the water through this whole thing. Cord is in good shape. This part here does get very warm. And there is a look at the inside. But what is neat about this, I ran it on, it's strong and mild, and you can go anywhere. Let's see if I so you can adjust it just by sliding this. This light does come on when it gets to the, I think it does actually boil the water. I did not try to test the temperature, but I believe it does actually boil the water like a standard stovetop percolator would. So this light does come on. There is no on-off switch on this model, so I have no idea how old it is. But again, it does work. I tested it. I ran a whole pot of water through it. That also helped clean out the stem and get any coffee residue also out of the spout. So this is an alternative for making coffee. I should try to run it, see if my Opus power station can handle the watts that this thing produces. I don't know. I think part of this tag may be missing. Yeah, I think part of this tag is missing. It looks like it got torn off. But this cord is intact, so I made sure that before I did the water test. But this does work, so again, I can use it just to boil water and not make coffee in it if I needed to do that. But those are my, all of these here, not the FlexTail, all of these were left in the laundry room of my apartment building that got abandoned. There are other items in there that I had no interest in, so I leave those for someone else. So one person's trash is another person's treasure. And because I've been wanting a flour sifter, I have one that was free. So I will get these all out of the way, and then I will set up for the food portion. I am back. I put away some of the items so that I could reuse one of the bags for the food portion of this haul. So I got 4 bags here. I'm going to put 3 of them aside, and I will do the cold stuff, things that I like to keep in the fridge. Some of them, even if it's not necessary, but it's just how I do it. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is small eggs. Got 2 different bags of rolls. One I don't know what it is because it doesn't say what it is, but you know, what the heck, I don't care. Then up here, although this is not made by one of the women I know from my mosque who makes this bread, I haven't seen that in Hillel for the last few times I've been in there, but this is a very similar bread. But this one comes out of Chicago, and they store this in the fridge, so that's where I store it. I store my breads in the fridge simply because they don't get moldy. So this Miracle Whip has not been opened, but I just store it in the fridge simply because it'll be going there anyway after it's opened. I got a Hy-Vee butter tub. Looks like something scratched this one, but I don't care. And I have shown this cheese before. This one came from a food pantry, but this one was given to me by someone. Apparently they either got it in error or just didn't want it, so they call it party pepper cheese. And this is actually pretty good cheese. It's like pepper jack. Then today I went to Halal Groceries, where I get halal meats from. This is Myanmar, an Iowa-based company, oven-roasted turkey breast. This is their turkey breakfast strips, also known as turkey bacon. Then I got more of the breakfast beef, or as I call beef bacon. Another channel that I watched showed another brand of beef bacon called Godshall's. I have tried it. It's not bad, but I just prefer Myanmar. And then I was also given this. This is ground chicken. Ground beef is, or any beef products, these are very expensive. They used to put the price stickers on here, but after they switched to a scanning system where they can scan the items. But, you know, this is how I get my bacon fix. So I'm going to put all these away, and then I'll get to the next bag. Okay, I got the next bag on the bucket, and the first thing I'm going to pull out is something that really knocked me for a loop. $1.19 clearance on this can. It's a cardboard can of Maxwell House Wake Up Roast. 24.4 ounces. I could not believe that when I saw that. This is in a Walgreens. So I verified it with the employee working the register, and she said that was legit. So I thought, oh, yeah, I want some more coffee. My little can won't last me the rest of the month, so. Got a bag of raisins, because why not? Nothing better peanut butter. And this is chicken flavored bouillon cubes by Knorr. There are 6 of them in this little box. Very good thing to have for flavoring rice, potatoes, soups, anything like that that you want to add some flavor to, especially when you have to dip into your long-term food storage. You're going to want to flavor stuff up. Heck, this vegetable soup, you could use this as a base for other things or just eat it as is. And speaking of vegetables, there's a can of mixed veggies. These 2 cans of Campbell's Chunky Soup Sirloin Burger were on the clearance shelf, but the same price as the regular shelf, but I took them anyway because I just want to have some additional variety in my stash of canned foods. Grabbed a can of sliced peaches, and this one is no sugar added. So I'm showing this for those that want to look for that option. And yes, Del Monte is in bankruptcy restructuring, but they are still putting out product. We'll just see how long that goes. Here's a can of chicken noodle soup. You can just eat it as is or use it as a base for something else. Good. Tomato soup can be an ingredient in another recipe. And to get more protein, got a can of tuna. And with coffee prices going up, I decided to clean 2 different stores out of what they had of these Taster's Choice instant coffees. These are now $1.25. These used to be $1. But these came from 2 different Walgreens. One had 2 of them, and the second one I went into only had 1, but I grabbed it anyway. So that is that bag. I'm going to put all these back in there and then move it out of the way, and I'll show you the next one. This next one only has a few items in it. A Stacy's pita chip flavor that I have not tried, tomato basil. And I saw these Atkins bars. Coffee House mocha latte. There are 5 in here, but I saw this loner. So that is the actual length of the bar inside of this extra long wrapper. So that'd be interesting to show that. And then I got a double stack of the Louisiana original tea bags. These are the quart size bag. There's 48 of them in here. And then the last item I'm going to show then I got this from Hillel. They buy the Members Mark 10-pound sugar bags from Walmart and then resell them. And even the price of sugar is getting more expensive. Of course, could I go somewhere else to buy this less expensive? Yeah, but I was in Hillel. I had my grocery hauler. I was going to get it, and so I did. I just didn't want to take 2 extra bus rides. I just want to get this and get it done. Again, my sugar container can hold a 10-pound bag. So that's where this will go when I empty out what's already in there. But in the meantime, I keep it inside of this bag just in case any sugar leaks from the paper bag. So I'm going to go get all these put aside, and then I will bring back that box of those fishing bells, and I'll show you what those are like. Okay, here are the fishing bells. I'm just going to take them out of the box. There's a few different styles. And there they are. There are versions of these that also have lights that you can put on them. They run on little button batteries. There are versions that you can stick a tiny glow stick in. And this is the style that I used. One of my sisters has them in her tackle box, so I had been borrowing those, but there's a version of this with a light that they have, and then you can also take that light bulb off just when you need to change the battery. But I would clamp this on my rod, and if I get any action, it'll ring. Some of these might be for larger rods. But there are other things that you can do with these bells that I thought would be interesting to know. If you need to set up some kind of a perimeter alarm that just has noisemakers, again, these aren't very loud, but if you put something like this on there, or if you want to know when a door is being opened or closed, you could string a few of these up or put them on a wire or something. So you can use these bells for different things as long as you can clamp it or secure it onto whatever you want to put it on. But these are especially helpful for fishing. If you leave your rod unattended or you don't want to actually hold it. I put my rod in my rod holder and I just sit on the bench at the lake. I could be uploading a picture of the lake to Facebook, or I could be checking the weather, or talking to whoever's there with me, or I shot one of the shorts that I uploaded while I was waiting for some action on my rod. So I did not have a bell that particular time when I shot that short that I called Bird Watching the Bird Watcher. I was watching that bird that was sitting on a branch of one of the brush piles in a lake. But I had my rod there waiting for some action. But unfortunately I didn't catch anything, but I tried. But now I have my own bells. So that I don't have to borrow anyone else's, or I can lend them. I'll probably put these or these here in my rod bag because they take up less space, whereas these bigger ones I'll probably put in my tackle box where I keep my extra tackle that I don't keep in my rod bag. And that's probably where I'll put these bigger ones. So I just wanted to show you these. You can get lots of them, bigger quantities on Amazon and eBay. But if you don't have, or if you just don't want to stand and hold a rod, or you have to leave it unattended, then you can put these on. Of course, these are good for anglers who do not have great vision, or if you're ice fishing, you could probably put these on your tip up. Or your ice fishing rod that you may be using, and then you would be alerted that you got a fish and you got something to pull out of the ice. So that's probably what else you can use these for, is ice fishing. Something I've never done, but I hope to do that one of these years. Anyway, I hope all these ideas give you something to think about to add to your preps, because we never know what can come at us, and these tariffs, they're constantly changing. So some things may be hard to get at whatever price point, or they just may be too expensive to get, and you have to spend your limited funds on something else. But it's better to be prepared than have to deal with a real crapper down the road and not have what you need when you need it. So anyway, I hope these things give you ideas on what you can add to your preps. Thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.